Hello everyone, I'm Mary Ellen. I'm so glad to be here with you. I am a music therapist and also a music historian, and I'm very fortunate to be able to partner with A Spirit Place of Lake Zurich on a number of occasions as part of their lifelong learning program. We all want to grow. We want to keep on growing as long as we're here. And A Spirit Place is very committed to that. There's a different theme every month, a different way for you to explore and to learn new things. Our theme for July is going to be Hawaii, and how appropriate. It's warm out, right? We are in the Chicago area, but it's warm out and it has that sort of tropical feel. You can pretend that this Norfolk pine here is actually a pine tree. And let me explain what we're going to be doing. I'm going to look with you at Hawaiian music from two different perspectives. One, the traditional Hawaiian music, and the second aspect that we're going to look at is just how others have glorified Hawaii, if you will. When I ask, as I often do, if people have a favorite place that they've ever been, a vacation spot that they wish they could go to, Hawaii always comes out very high. So there are many songs that people have done over the years. So I'll cue you at various times, and even though I can't see you, I hope that you'll feel a connection and join in. The earliest Hawaiian music was actually chants. They really didn't use much in the way of instruments, except perhaps for things that they had around, made out of coconuts, bamboo, whatever it might be. And the chants were religious. So some of them were religious and some of them were just intended to glorify certain aspects of nature. So I'm not going to ask you to speak Hawaiian. That would be probably a bridge too far. But I would like you to join with me, if you could, in the beat. I'm going to get a drum over here. And I want you to use your imagination and pretend that this drum is actually made out of a coconut and that it's covered with shark skin, which if we were the early Hawaiians, say in the late 1800s, that's what we would have done. So where I am, and hopefully where you are, it's very sunny today. We're expecting a high in the upper 80s. So it's very appropriate that we would do a chant to the sun. If we were saying this in Hawaiian, the Hawaiian for awaken, arise, is e ala e. So try that. E ala e. So here's your beat. E ala e. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the words, and after we get past the first one, I'll say them in English. Keep the beat. Tap your foot, move your head, whatever you're able to do. Anytime you can move, as long as your doctor or another health professional didn't tell you not to do it, it's good for you. So now, here's a chant to the sun. Ready? E ala e. E ala e. Awaken, arise. And your turn after each of these. Let's try that again. So we'll do it twice. I'll say it, and then hopefully wherever you are, you'll repeat it. I'll say it with you softer. E ala e. E ala e. Awaken, arise. Awaken, arise. From the ocean, from the sun in the east, the ocean deep, climbing in the heaven, heaven highest, the heaven highest. There is the sun. Awaken, waken. E ala e, e ala e. And now that everybody is all warmed up, I can tell you that another way that chants were used was in hula dancing. And we think of hula dancing probably if you've ever been on a trip to Hawaii, if you're on a cruise ship, or you've arrived by another means. The Hawaiian dancers greet you and you're used to seeing some of this. Well, in actual fact, hula dancing is also steeped in tradition. Every school, every hula dancing school is different, and it too originally began with chants and there are 25 hula instruments, not the fancy ones that we're used to thinking of, the acoustic ones, but again, instruments that are made out of bamboo, coconut, shark skin, and so forth. But as time went on, Hawaiians also adopted some of the instruments that came from the Europeans, and those included the ukulele. The story was that Hawaiians watched someone playing it who was a recent Spanish immigrant and said, "Wow, look at how fast his fingers are. It's like a dancing flea." So ukulele in Hawaiian actually means dancing flea. I'm just going to show you a couple of hula movements. We think of it as just being kind of this, but in fact, hula dancing, every hand movement meant something. I'm not going to include the hip swing and the leg movements because I don't know what everybody's mobility is, and I don't want anybody falling on the floor. So I will tell you, however, a couple of movements, for example, a couple of hand movements. This one, which is no surprise at all, is the ocean. By the way, if you took your grandkids to see Moana, ocean in Hawaiian is actually Moana. This, you see a hula dancer do this, this means the sun or the moon. This means listen. You see this motion, it's listen, and this one, again, no surprise, is see. So if we put them all together, you might see a hula dancer doing something like this. They're out on the ocean. Listen, you'll hear the waves. You look out, and there's the moon in the sky. Queen Liliuokalani was very talented. She was actually the only queen in the Hawaiian kingdom. Queen Liliuokalani ruled from 1891 to 1893. And there are, again, a number of stories connected with this song, but some of you probably know it. And it's Aloha-o, which means farewell to thee. So try that. Aloha-o. Farewell to thee. We can try it. Aloha-o, aloha-o, thou charming one who dwells among the bowers. Farewell to thee, my fond embrace, until we meet again. Now I want to go move ahead. Hawaiian music became extremely popular from the 1800s on into the 1930s, 1940, and some of you might recall, or perhaps your grandparents would have had sheet music, and when you bought sheet music, you automatically got ukulele chords along with it. Ukulele was enormously popular. And these are, again, we're moving into ones that weren't authentically Hawaiian, but I'm hoping that they will bring back some memories for you. So we have some pictures of just the covers of sheet music. I have an extensive sheet music collection, and this includes everything from the Ziegfeld Follies cover from 1916 all the way up through some that go into the 1940s. But if anybody is watching that is that's a fan of big band music, then you'll know this one. It was made popular by Tony Dorsey, and it was recorded in 1935, and it's the Hawaiian War Chant. And he did it very, very fast. There are words to go with this. I can't imagine in the recording that I heard of Tommy Dorsey's band, I can't imagine anybody being able to sing the words at the tempo that he took it, because it was approximately like this. of course, if you listen to that, he would have had a full orchestra, but that gives you some idea. There are loads and loads of other songs that we could have included, which again, either speak to people's love for this beautiful, beautiful part of our country, or just wanted to capture some of the Hawaiian sound and the Hawaiian feel. By the way, some of you might recall, if anybody here plays accordion, for example, that in the 50s, when the accordion had a moment, so did the Hawaiian guitar. And lots of people were they would come around. That option was actually offered to me when I was 5 years old. Do you want to play the accordion or the Hawaiian guitar? I picked accordion, but a lot of people picked Hawaiian guitar. So we'll finish with Blue Hawaii, but actually, I'm realizing there's one I should probably mention that became very popular in the 60s, you might remember, by Don Ho, a Hawaiian. Tiny bubble in the wine, make me feel happy, make me feel fine. Tiny bubbles make me warm all over, with the feeling that I'm gonna love you till the end of time. If you talk to Hawaiians, they will tell you that they kind of have a love-hate relationship with Don Ho. He was Hawaiian, but some people feel that he kind of exploited Hawaii. But you can have your own opinions on that. So, for anybody who's an Elvis fan, Blue Hawaii. And again, I'll put my hand up if you know all the words. And this is a good one to sway to if you're somebody who's moving. Night and you in blue Hawaii. The night is heavenly, and you are heaven to me. Lovely you and blue Hawaii. With all this loveliness, there should be love. Come with me while the moon is on the sea. The night is young and so are we. Dreams come true in blue Hawaii, and mine could all come true this magic night of nights with you. Well, thank you, everyone. I hope that this has given you just a taste of what you can expect at a spirit place as part of lifelong learning that takes place all of the time. And of course, music is just one aspect. The whole program is geared toward helping you understand and get an in-depth feel for whatever the focus is in a particular month. So you can plan on something interesting every month. And if you have requests or something you want to learn more about, the staff will be happy to hear about that. So again, I'm Mary Ellen, and I'm very blessed to be able to work with the Spirit Place on some of their programming. And I hope you'll follow up with them if you have any questions. Again, mahalo, which means thank you in Hawaiian, and have a wonderful day.